Welcome to Chess Tactics Explained Part 7. Take a look at this problem. The position is equal, but after this move it's black who has the advantage. But now it's check and black has only 3 moves. The king can go to c7 or to c5, or we can also play knight b6. But which one to choose? Which is the best? It's hard to predict, so we have to analyze all the 3 possibilities. So let's first try king c7. Then white plays check, moving to safety, check again, moving to safety, and white wins the knight with check. So this is bad. Okay, what if instead of c7 king plays to c5? Check, and winning the knight with check again. However, according to the computer, this move, king to c5 instead of king to c7, is a little better because it allows equal game. The previous one was losing for black. Okay, and now let's consider the third possibility, knight b6. Now there is no immediate check, and black pushes the pawns, and thus that gives black the advantage. And here is another problem. It is black who has a slight advantage, but black decides to take this pawn, and it gives the advantage to white. But how to win? Note that taking with the bishop here the pawn leads to bishops exchange next. Bishop takes here and the rook takes here back, and thus winning the pawn and the bishop for a bishop leads us to the endgame with 2 rooks, when white has 3 pawns and black has 5 pawns. So most likely it's black who's going to win. But there is a better move. Rook takes at a8. Note that after rook takes here, then bishop plays to d5, check, forking the king and the rook. Okay, so let's check this, or even let's chess this out. And now white is better. Here is another problem, and it is black who has some advantage, but after this move black has a big advantage. But how to take use of this mistake of white? Well, we should note that this queen is exposed to attack by our queen. However, now it's defended by this rook, so exchanging the queens leads to equal game. But if we manage to get rid of this defense, then we would win the queen. And we can do this by moving the rook here, and now it's check. And now white can either take the rook here, or white can escape, or white can defend here. So if now white king goes to f2, so if he escapes from the check, then our queen goes to e2 and it's checkmate. What if white defends here? Then it's check, moving to safety, check again with this help of this bishop, and now white can either go here and then it's queen g4 checkmate, or white can go here and it's queen takes f1 checkmate. Okay, so here the strongest move is rook takes, but then black wins the queen for the rook. Here is another problem. The position is equal, but after this move black has a tactical trick possibility. But first let's say that black wants to win some material and grabs this bishop, then rook takes back here, and then black wins the second bishop. So black wins 2 bishops for a rook. However, it is white who would have the advantage because of this passed pawn that would like to go here and would be quite difficult to stop. So instead, black should notice that if this rook weren't here, for example, if this rook went here, then he could play like this and it would be checkmate. So why not winning this bishop here, taking the advantage of this fact that this rook cannot leave this first rank. So now black wins a free bishop. Of course, now if rook takes back here, it's checkmate after rook takes bishop. So instead of this, black can play, for example, like this, and it is black who has the advantage. Here is another problem. The position is equal, but black makes a blunder like this. Now white should notice that this bishop here is placed perfectly well to support the queen for checkmate here, and there is no defense here. But we only have to give way for the queen to go here. This pawn is blocking, so why don't we just push the pawn, checking the king and opening the diagonal for the king, for the queen. After capturing, it's checkmate. If instead the bishop king captures, it's exactly the same. And here we have another problem. After this move, black can make a tactical trick. It looks like black doesn't have much attack possibilities apart from queen taking this knight here. But then what? After this queen takes here, only king can take back. So if then takes back, then we must note then this knight will fork the queen and the king. So it looks like this. So as a result of this sequence of moves, black wins a queen and knight for a queen, and black is better. Here is another problem. The position is equal, and now black has the advantage if he makes the correct move here. And this correct move is rook to c7. So now, for example, white can play like this, and black wins a free bishop. If the rook takes, then knight takes back, and black has the advantage. Here is another problem. The position is equal, and now white wins the knight and threatens king g7 checkmate. So how to deal with it? Those two pieces are eyeing at this pawn with check. So let's do it. Now the only thing white can do is to move his king to safety. And now, of course, taking this rook here is a blunder that leads to checkmate, queen to g7. So to win this game, it's black who must sacrifice the queen here. So now it's check. The only legal move is rook takes, and now it's checkmate. Here is another problem. It's black's move, and now it's check. White can defend, for example, like this, but then it's not such a good idea because it's attacked by the knight and by the queen. If we play like this, and for example, then after queen's exchange, pawn takes queen at a5, and this black takes at d5, then this knight takes also this knight, and white is better. So in this position, if he escapes after this sequence of moves, white is also better. Here is another problem. The position is equal and it is black's move, and it is check. Note that protecting from the check with this bishop here is a bad idea, because here is a bishop and then a rook takes, and rook wins the bishop for nothing with check. White must do here something better than this, and if this bishop is attacked, so why not attack this rook with the king? We move the king out of check and attacking the rook at the same time. And now if he takes here, then of course we win the exchange rook for bishop. But what if he doesn't take here, play like this, attacking this knight? Since this bishop is hanging, it must take this bishop. And now black has a choice either to capture this bishop or to capture this knight. Computer suggests that a little better is to capture the knight. So then white checks black's king to win a tempo and to win the exchange bishop for the rook. And after check and moving to safety, white has some advantage.